make an editorial comment that I heartily endorse Paul Lucy's suggestion there. The next talk is by Mariya Danilova, Human and Robotic Missions Combination in Lunar Exploration Roadmap. We have one, the meta talk is not happening, so we're just moving on.
Hello everyone, my name is Mariya Danilova. I'm from the main research institute of Roscosmos, TSNIMASH, and we are conducting research about the future human and robotic exploration. We designed some programmatic and conceptual documents for exploration of LEO, Moon, and deep space. So today I want to share you with our concept of future exploration of the Moon. This roadmap consists of a number of missions, robotic and human, and it starts from early 2020s, and then it continues with human landing and regular flights on the moon surface, and designing a lunar base. So let's look at it in more details. The program of moon exploration starts with robotic exploration, and there are some landers and orbital spacecrafts. The reason of this phase for sure is to prepare for the future human missions and to gain some information, scientific information about lunar soil. The first mission is a mission of lunar lander, Lunar 25, or Lunar Globe. The launch is supposed to be in 2021, and the primary goal of this mission is to test the technology of soft landing on the moon surface, and also to make a research of lunar regolith. The next one mission is an orbital spacecraft, Lunar Resource. The launch is planned in 2023, and this spacecraft will gather some information about future landing sites to choose the most proper sites for future missions, and also it will function as a communication and relay system. The next one mission is Lunar 27. It will test a system of soft landing in difficult conditions of the circumpolar area. Also, it will conduct a drilling and make some exosphere research. The next one is Lunar 28, or Lunar Grund, and it will have a system for cryogenic drilling, and it will return lunar samples to Earth. After that, it would be possible to deliver a Lunar Rover on the moon surface. This Lunar Rover will have a possibility to drill up to 6 meters, and also it will have has a system for cryogenic drilling also. It will be possible to go to some distance area and to make some drilling, to collect samples with a robotic arm manipulator, and then go to the main station. To the year of 2028, we'll prepare a super heavy rocket and a spacecraft, a human spacecraft, and it will be possible to test Lunar Flyby missions. First one, there will be a mission without human, and the next one will be with human. it is supposed that there would be 2 launches. The first launch will be with a human spacecraft, and the second one would be with a to test a takeoff and landing module. After this testing, it would be possible to conduct a mission with a human landing on the moon surface. For that reason, we should have takeoff and landing module, and a rover for lunar transportation. From the year of 2032, we'll be prepared to start regular flights to the moon surface. It means that flights will be every 1 year. And then, with a delivery of special modules on the lunar surface, it would be possible to design, to construct a lunar base for the regular human flights and human missions on the moon's surface up to 1 month. So to make all these missions be real, we should test and create some technologies. For example, technologies of transportation, technologies of energy, and in situ resource utilization. Robotics, we should test some robotic systems, for example, for autonomous navigation and for teleoperations from Earth or from lunar orbit. And especially we should prepare the systems and technologies for human presence on the moon, for human safety, and to make the human presence on the moon more autonomous. Also, we consider possibilities of international cooperation, and as for robotic missions and for human exploration too. For robotic exploration, for example, it's cooperation with ESA in the mission of Lunar 27, and for human missions, now we are looking at the options to cooperate in a Lunar Orbital Platform Gateway, and there are some possibilities to cooperate in this field. For example, the transportation system that will consists of launch vehicle and human spacecraft, and lunar lander and takeoff module. Also, it's possible to design some module, and we are discussing now the module of to airlock and to conduct EVA. And also, we are discussing a possibility to cooperate in the mission Heracles. This is a mission of ESA, Canadian Space Agency, Japan Space Agency. It's very similar to our robotic missions, which goal is to conduct some research on the lunar surface, and also to return a lunar soil probe to Earth or to the station. So that's all about my report today. So any questions?
Hi, Mariya. What was the date for the first humans onto the surface?
On the surface, it's 2030.
2030. Thanks.
Yes.
Hello, Dov Rhodes.
Yes,
I
hello.
forgot her. Hi. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
I was just curious if you have collaboration with private sector as well.
If you mean private sector in Russia,
Correct.
for sure we have main contractors like Corporation Energia that will create a super heavy rocket and a lunar human spacecraft. So we have now a contracts to have this spacecraft. And for sure, the funding is governmental.
Kimberly Enikoness Ames. Thank you for your presentation. A question. What do the Russian people think about these plans for the human and robotic presence on the moon and all these wonderful ideas? Any feedback when you're giving these talks to universities and the public?
We trying to engage a public into this design of concept, design of plans. We engage in Russian Academy of Science because it's very important to involve scientific research institutes to these plans, to create robotic missions with the scientific goals. Also, we are trying to involve, as you said, universities also to these missions. And as for me, I have some projects with universities and schools. And there is a possibility for young generation to offer some vision of future lunar base. For sure, it's not so. There is not much engineering or mathematical issue in this, but it's new view of how to create.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Thank you, Mariya. It's wonderful to see what Russia is thinking, and particularly following the history of what has happened in the last 20 or 30 years. In the last 10 years, we have heard quite a bit about lunar lava tubes. And to all the presenters here, the question is, have you thought about exploring lava tubes in a serious way? Or do we have to wait for the literature for the next 30 years before we think about ideas to explore them and to look for resources in them?
To research lava tubes, we have a special request for this from Russian Academy of Science.
Right.
They thought that this task is very important, and in the line of missions, robotic missions, we'll prepare some mission with a small robotic rover that will be possible to investigate lunar lava tubes. So this task is one of the most important in the task lists from Russian Academy of Science.
Great.
Any additional questions? Let's thank Mariya.
Thank you.